Oh, here's duct tape. I found some duct tape.
Oh no. Where is
Did
it?
you need it still?
Yeah.
It was in that ammo can for some reason.
That's a weird place.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I open ammo can. I expect to find ammo. Oh, I know what it is. Nighthawk realized he's been making the mistake I've been trying not to make, which is using circle to close your inventory screen, because it's a combine button. So like, it'll close your inventory screen, but what you're not realizing is usually if you have anything in your vicinity, usually like moving stuff around, whether you're taking stuff out of a crate that you didn't mean to, or
Ah, okay.
like if you're carrying a book bag in your hands, it'll start taking stuff out of your inventory and putting it in the book bag without you knowing. You'll be like, why is this book bag got random shit in it? I didn't put anything in it. And that's why, it's because you've secretly been moving stuff around in your inventory without your own knowledge.
I'm live streaming now, by the way. Someone just
I literally just woke up. I'm eating breakfast.
Oh, that's cool, man. I've been up.
My dude start doing the same thing.
I've been up for about 7 hours now. Mind you, it's 7 PM here, so... Yeah, that gun's warm. I might have to carry one of those freaking repair kits. Where is it? Here we go, carry that around if my gun gets badly damaged, and at least repair it back to warm. What's that suppressor like? One.
It's probably 3 or 4 p.m. your side.
7 PM. There we go. I dropped the other suppressor. Yeah, I can put that on. No.
What the heck, 7?
Yeah, 7 PM, right? Dirk, I noticed my VSync
I just guessed roughly.
was on selective. So I put it on.
If you turn it off,
Yeah,
it's more consistent.
Disabled. It's so smooth, dude. Like when I go down the scope into my
Yeah, it almost feels like you made like a 30 to 60, you know, like that 30 to 60 frame kind of jump. Like you notice that much of a difference at first. It runs so much smoother. And then if you got, like I said, if you managed to get an SSD, you would have a lot less of that render issue where stuff just, you know, takes a lot less time for stuff to pop in if you have a delay in stuff popping in at all. Usually the only time I have like by the time I load in the server, only time I get like that X-ray moment is when I'm like when I log out in the town or something. But if I'm in the woods or something like that, it doesn't really do that often.
I get you.
But yeah, the VSync made a big enough difference. Or a big enough difference, yeah. But the fucking SSD was a whole new animal. The SSD is what allows you to hop in the car and, you know, cruise in 5th gear.
Yeah, because you don't get any of that lag. The lag from the rendering anyway. That's what I had trouble with in the cars. I come up to a town and then it starts rendering everything and the car just becomes uncontrollable. I'm doing like fucking 100, 120 mile flat, whatever. You're dead when you hit something.
Yeah, the one guy, my one buddy I was playing with on a different server, he plays more of the PvE stuff, but yeah, he's like, I can't do more than 35, 40 miles an hour. I was like, damn, that sucks. He's like, I do more than 30, 40 miles an hour, I start rubber banding like whole city blocks, and we all know that's dangerous.
I think the shittiest thing I've seen, or two shittiest things I've seen, and I used to play this in the early days with a couple of my other friends. When one of them drove the car, and we figured we wouldn't let him drive anymore after this incident, he would rubber band like blocks, like you said your friend was rubber banding. But because he would rubber band so much, it registered that me and my other friend were no longer in the back seat of the car. He was going that quick. And because it registered we were no longer with him, we ended up getting booted out of the car, flying how fast the car was going. So that straight killed us. Like I just remember fucking seeing the car, like seeing myself in the back seat of the car in first person, and then there was a rubber band. The game froze for a sec, and then I see him. Maybe like 10-20 meters in front of us in the car and us on the road, and then it just you'll scream, you're dead. And he's like, you guys really got flung? And I was like, yeah man, that's shit. And then there was another time I was driving and we had a rubber band incident, but they didn't register out the car. The car started flying. You ever seen that? It just takes off into the air.
Yeah.
Like real early days DayZ on PS4. Yep, well that happened to us.
That happened to me in this server.
We were in the sky for probably about 10-15 minutes, and then yeah, one of my mates just decided to jump out and, you know, submit to his death. I stayed in the car until gravity fucking pulled us back. It killed us.
Yeah, me, I was like twice as high up in the air as the trees are tall, like
yeah,
the tall
that's what I
trees
mean.
are.
That's how high it took us as well.
And then like as soon as I got down to the canopy, it just, you are dead. I was like, yep, I expected as much.
I killed you in the sky.
Oh, that's gangster, bro. I didn't even realize you could do that. So I don't know if you'll be able to do this because you're already having issues with this, but you can actually use the Discord to find out where you're at. So you like looking for street signs and shit. You don't have to do that. Like, oh, I don't know what town I'm in. Now you can go into Discord. You go into bounty and command, or you go into, I guess, anywhere. You can go into any of them, but I go into the bounty or commands section. And you type in /location, and it just asks you what server alias, so it asks you what server you're using. Click on Churn or Roost, and it'll give you your coordinates. You click on the coordinates, it'll take you to your iSurvive and show you on the map exactly where you're at. Show red X where you are. That's gangster.
It shows me my coordinates.
Yeah, and they should be, if they're highlighted, you should be able to click on them, and it'll take you to your iSurvive and show an X on the map. If it doesn't do that automatically, then you can always just type the coordinates in manually.
No, it's taking me to iSurvive.
Cool. Now on the kill feed, it'll do that too with the killer and victim location. I thought you were saying earlier it was acting like it wouldn't do that for you.
No, it took me to the website.
That's to the iSurvive website?
Yeah, iSurvive.com.
Maybe it wanted you to sign in, or maybe it didn't think you were signed in or something. Had an error message somewhere.
Can you put those coordinates into?
Yeah. You should be able to search them in iSurvive. Just type them in the way they're spelled. there's a stat section too. See how long your, or like what your stats overall have been like, your kills this week, this month, total headshots, longest kill. Long as, you know, what weapon you used, you can find all that out too.
Yeah.
Just type in /stat. Generous. Turkey 94.
Those coordinate numbers don't even show up. That's weird.
Huh?
The coordinates don't show up when I type what I've just got from here and Eyes of Life. I think it's too many numbers.
Hold on. There might be a certain section, I don't remember.
I don't generally get lost now anyway, since I keep Eyes of Life open. I know we're in the top right hand corner of the map. I just track down from there when we move.
Yeah, it tells you your connections and disconnections too, so like how many times you've gotten on and off. And your longest connection. So my kills, today I've gotten 0, this week I've gotten 2, I got a total of 3. 1 headshot, longest range 200 plus meters. Longest kill was a KAM at 14 meters. What? Long range 200 plus meter kills is 0. So my kills are up close. I've gotten 2 kills with an M4. And I've done the most damage with the AUG AX. 218 damage. Oh, that's weird. That means I've tagged a lot of people but didn't follow through with it with the AUG. That's upsetting.
When I look on Eyes of Life too, apparently the area we're in is a wolf zone. It's on the topographical map.
So I've had 6 PvP deaths, 4 bleed outs, 2 suicides, 1 zombie, and that's it.
Where do you check that?
Where's car crash? Oh, you go into the /stats. You go into the stats. You go into the stats section. It should be like in where the chat and stuff is. Chat, memes, clips, shit talk, and it'll say stats and faction list.
Ah, yeah, I see. So you just go /stats.
Yep, /stats, and then it'll give you like a bunch of things you can click on, like connections, disconnections, kills, deaths, weapons, general, building.
It's asking for a server alias.
Yeah, it's just asking you what server, because they got Livonia and Chinaris. You want to make sure, it's like you can miss it, it's up there in the top, like left where the command thing is, it'll say Chanarus or Livonia. You just click on Chanarus. Yeah, because it's, you know, like I said, the separate servers. Because you could play both servers, so you have separate stats, one for each.
don't think that worked.
Yeah, I can look up your stats.
Hmm?
I should be able to look up your stats.
I told you I only got one of those kills in the airbase. It says this week 1. That was with the orb. At 2 meters is the first dude that came in front of us. Unless you killed him and I just happened to kill the other one, I don't know. Fuck. Shit's confusing.
Wait, did you get a thing on your Discord?
Hmm?
I might have accidentally sent you something. I think it's how you send stats to somebody else. Okay, here it is. You've had 2 connections today. That's not important. That's good at kills. You got 1 kill this week, 1 kill total. You got a kill from 2 meters away with an AUG.
The same org I'm holding.
Yep, 2 meters away.
Yeah, that's why I said I was adamant that I only got one of the kills in that.
Deaths,
in
you have 1 death by PvP.
Yeah, that was
I didn't remember you dying. I don't remember you dying. Or is that when you first tried to join up with us, you got killed on the way to me and you linking up the very first time?
Hit me and that dude traded with each other. I'm not sure if
that's right.
killed him. I've seen him go down.
That's what we were trying to find in the Discord, or in the kill feed. Playtime's 22 hours. Your character's been life started 5 days ago.
It's funny, it says last killed by I'm Honey Gold and then last killed by TD Bastion. That's 2 deaths. I've only died once. I haven't even run into I'm Honey Gold. I've run into the TD Bastion. That's the dude. I remember that's the dude that freaking him and I traded. He logged off not long after. I think I might have uncommented.
No, last killed by, the last person that killed you was I'm Honey Gold. The last person you killed was TDE Bastions.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, one is who you've killed, one's who's
Okay,
killed
so
you.
maybe in that battle then there was two people. I just might have killed that other dude, and I'm Honey Gold might have fucking got the drop on me from the other door.
Well, remember the one guy in the two guys in the tower? That was our kills. That was two of our kills. I think I killed. Remember how I said I think I killed the first guy, because I started firing before you did. But when I seen you light him up, I thought you were shooting the second guy. You said you were lighting the first guy up. So I think you,
Bastion was
by like happenstance, you accidentally killed the guy down the steps, because I had no shot, no angle on him. You
That's
did.
what I was saying. Bastion was the second guy.
The second guy down the platform, yeah. So I ended up lighting up the first guy, and you ended up shooting his buddy through him. That's fucking crazy, bro.
Because he was dead.
That was
once you're dead, it registers that you can be shot through a lot easier too.
I don't even think I fucking saved that clip. I wish I would've.
It's on YouTube. It's my first live stream on YouTube. I was looking at it like 20 minutes ago.
That's fucking beautiful.
It's there. It's just not from your perspective, it's from mine, which is a lot closer to the door.
And say, well, hey, the good thing is like I got it to where like you're able to record my voice as well. Like I got my voice recording open, so you can I can be heard on your chat. So as long as you have your comms active, like are able to be heard on your settings, then like you know what I mean. My narration's in there too. In other words, I have my permission set to allow me to be broadcasted through other people's stuff. Which is a crazy setting to think about. I can actually make it to where I can talk to you while you're streaming, but the stream blanks my voice out, like it doesn't exist in the stream.
I've got my settings like that because I used to freaking be in parties with people like that are actually quite famous streamers. You know, you ever heard of Jay Stone from Red Dead? You ever play Red Dead?
No, I was gonna say yeah, I think I've heard that, but nah.
Yeah,
I was thinking of Stone Mountain 64.
Ah, okay, no, I'd be in like parties with people that was like friends with him and shit, and I'd just be like, yeah, freaking have your settings like that, so if, you know, any streamers do come in or he comes in, like, yeah, you don't have your voice sharing.
Yeah, I'm just not up to date.
I've also got mine set up like that as well, just in case, you know, I ever get into a fight with someone and they happen to capture the footage of, you know, me whooping their ass. They don't have my talking to them as well, because I can get quite or vulgar with what the shit that I say. Like,
the inconvenience you might have had, like. Oh yeah, what you didn't see is I was like balls deep in my inventory. That's the only reason he got the one up on me.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't get out of my inventory fast enough, but you don't see that through his perspective. Makes me, I looked amateur for no reason.
Hey, that's it.
Okay, where am I? Okay. I need to look this up.
Well, you know, whilst I played Red Dead, fucking that Jay Stone I was talking about, he's like a fucking knows all the exploits about Red Dead, or did, and was like exploiting everything about Red Dead, how to like make glitch money and all sorts of shit by duplicating stuff. And Rockstar actually took him to court and made him take his YouTube channel down. Like he had his house raided by special forces, SWAT, because it was like fucking what he was doing was basically defrauding Rockstar of a lot of money. They didn't like that, because his channel as well. You know you have pay when you stream a lot. and you have a lot of people subscribing, you start getting paid. Well, basically, he was being paid for his channel. So what he was doing was being paid for illegal shit.
Right.
It's not good. Did you just do Zumba? No. What was that for then? Can you chop? Yeah? Hmm? Why do you want a backy?
No, that's what I didn't realise you were going to ask that.
No backy. Chop. Molly. I was doing that to her before, she grumbled at me and tried to bite. Hmm? Silly cat. Where the fuck are you?
I'm down in the under steps.
Ah. Under the steps. I see.
Normal. Slow 1. Normal. Slow 1. Volume down. Normal. High. No low. High. Slow 1. Normal. Volume down. Volume down.
That looks so weird. Look at the fucking showing display messages. Cuts off half of my screen. What do you mean? Oh, tobacco. You got dinner for tonight? Yeah, good. I was probably just gonna have one of the pizza pies or something like that. And go to a shop tomorrow for these bits and pieces for Wednesday. I didn't see you. What? What's up?
Alright, I'm getting ready to start the stream itself. So do you have your settings where your voice is allowed to be shared, or no?
Yeah. No, I do.
Okay, I did. Okay, cool. You just have it to where your party can't be heard.
Oh, let me have a look.
Which is, you know, I mean, I don't have to be
Audio
heard on your stream if you don't want me to be heard. Because I understand, like, with the famous people, you know, what I mean? You don't want people stream sniping you because they found out that, you know, you have somebody that does have a lot of, you know what I mean? Some people don't want to be put on blast, as they would say here in the States. Be like, hey man, like, I ain't got a problem hopping in the party, but don't be telling a bunch of people I'm hopping in the party, because I don't want to have to deal with a bunch of people yelling my name and going, asking me 1,000 questions. Or fanboying.
Hey.
But yeah.
No, I think my settings should be alright. You should be able to hear me in your stream.
Comments to speech, you got that on? Okay, cool. Let me see how this shit looks. See if I really feel like fucking with the camera.
You can tell she either wants food or attention. Molly! You nearly fell down the gap. She's being a good girl. Huh? What's he? Nice and cooked. Thank you.
Oh shit. Damn. I didn't mean to do that.
cat, aren't you? Funny girl.
Damn. Ooh, green. Ooh. I should have a blue background here. Oh, fuck me, buddy. This can get go. Think I can downsize my bottle collection?
There was a little bit of weed in my leg hair. It's like when my missus was shopping the sesh, a little bit of fucking nug went flying and my leg caught it. It's like, no, that's not hitting the floor.
Right, your body's like subconsciously like, no, we need that.
Yeah. That's like the first time I've ever seen that. Yeah, shit like that's really start to make me believe the fucking body's dependence on fucking, you know, like a drug or whatever. Once you starts getting used to it, it's like, yeah, trying to preserve every single bit of it can get.
Right. Start storing that shit. Like nuts for the winter, man. God damn.
This is the longest my cat's just chilled here on my lap. Looks like she's gonna pass out, go to sleep. You better get comfortable there. Not be moving around while I'm trying to snipe someone if I come across another player. Hmm?
You gotta love cats, man. They're the most majestic assholes. They're like, pet me, pet me, pet me. Fuck you, stop petting me.
Yeah, you like I can stimulate them or something.
Yeah, I was actually, I seen the thing about it. The reason they, well, it's a natural instinct, because like, their natural instinct is to attack things, like repetitive, they pay attention to repetitive motion. So when something's consistently moving, their like predatory instincts kick in, so they naturally attack it. As well as like they're fucking freaks. And they have a thing called, well, I mean, I guess humans do the same thing in a way. They like have affectionist bite. Like they bite in certain ways to show affection.
I got you.
Fucking, what the hell happened to the goddamn, I just had a push pin pop out of my wall, and I'm not trying to find it with my foot. Where did it go? Where did it go? The world may never know. Well, it's probably already in my shoe. It is. It's already in my fucking, thank God I have flip-flops on. Freaking thumbtack just popped out of my wall in the first place. It ends up as in the bottom of my foot.
Dude, I remember the old fucking thumbtack on the chair trick in high school. One of the fucking, I was the year 8 coordinator. She was fucking fat, man. Like, I mean, like not in a fucking bad way towards people that are fat, but she was just fucking big, man. And someone put a fucking thumbtack on her chair, and she sat down there, and she didn't even notice. Like, she must have had like a fucking that extra layer of fat on her ass or whatever, bro. She sat on it, and it went in, and she really didn't notice. And she was walking around for half a day with a thumbtack stuck in her ass. Like,
Stuck in her ass.
Everyone that was in that lesson knew about it and would just fucking giggle when they'd see her walking down the year 8 fucking hallway, dude. It was hilarious. But she was known as Tack Ass after that.
Hey, tech ass.
Yeah.
Why is everybody calling me now? Cause you're tech ass, tech ass. Damn, come on.
But yeah, no, I never done anything like that to teachers, because like fucking that shit can hurt someone, like if it goes in the wrong
Oh,
way.
I play like pranks and shit, but man, nothing physical. Like I never physically harmed anybody or anything.
I think the worst thing we did in high school, and this wasn't even intentional, home economics. I remember the teacher, Miss McLean. She got us to do our in year 9. She got us to do our first what do you call it, free choice thing for home ec, for what we're gonna make, to like bake or just some sort of meal to present to her, and she would rate it. And we didn't think she was actually gonna try it. Like, we thought she was just gonna look at it and...
So you like botched it on purpose, thinking like, yeah, it ain't gonna matter anyway, just as long as it looks good.
But no, we didn't botch it. My friend that I worked with, I knew he was a stoner also, and that he could get killer weed, so I was like, dude, why don't we make a killer batch of weed brownies and distribute them to the year 9 level?
Right,
like,
they'll never think twice about
in our group, and sell some weed brownies and make some money in school while we're here, like, because I was already, you know, selling weed at that point anyway, so... But I couldn't get, like, real good weed like him for cook, like bits, you know, like trimmings and stuff like that for cooking, like, whereas he could because he's, you know, his parents grew and stuff, so he's like, yeah, I got you on that, get some leaves, some stems and all that, and I'll boil it up the night before and bring the butter in. That's exactly what he did, man. He fucking spent all night making this batch of butter.
We get a passing grade and fucking line our pockets, hell yeah.
And like, yeah, he came in with this fucking, what do you call it, hash, not hash butter, just wheat butter brick, can of butter brick the next day, and we made pot brownies out of it. And the teacher, she said our brownies look that good, she wants to try them at the end, and I was just like, fucking sitting there like, what, did she really just say what the fuck I thought she heard her say? And my mate Josh is just like, yeah, she really did, man, like, we're gonna have to cut these brownies. We're gonna have to cut these brownies like so fucking small, so she gets like the fucking smallest piece she's ever fucking had. But and like when we gave her the brownie, it was like, you know, the when you go to Domino's, they have the fucking brownies. It's like half of one of those brownies, dude, like the tiniest little like 2-3 centimeter square. And she was alright with that. It was just like a taster, but that, dude, that put her on her ass, man. Because I remember in lunch, I went to my locker and I seen her in the sick room, profusely sweating, rocking backwards and forwards, and I was just thinking, fuck, what have we done? She didn't put 2 and 2 together though. She didn't know there was weed in the brownies. We didn't make it like,
thank goodness,
like fucking, what do you call it, that earthy tasting. We made a big batch of brownies.
Yeah, you like really blended it in there
compared to how much butter was there. But yeah, even still, like, it was enough to fuck her, because she never had weed in her life. First time having it. Unknowingly having it.
Right. Start having an anxiety attack because you're like, I don't know why, because you don't know why you're feeling weird.
But yeah, I felt bad. I was just like, I kind of wanted to tell her, but at the same time, just like, yeah, keep your mouth shut. You just drug me.
Right, who knows? I'm just going to keep a positive mindset and assume this is about to be the greatest day of her life. Like, I don't know why, but I'm just having a wonderful day.
It's not like she was going to overdose or anything like that. I knew that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's innocent enough. I mean, could it be looked at as fucked up? Yeah, but like, did you die? No. So it's not a big deal. I mean, like, I fucking tricked you into smoking crack or something.
Well, it's not as bad as the time that I fucking started tripping after my chef friend. He came around to my house. So I had my own place from 15. My parents kind of turfed me out, but like, you know, I got looked after as well. I had my own place and shit. So, but one of my chef friends came around. He cooked me dinner one night. And he's like, "What do you want to eat?" And I'm like, "Well, I've got freaking beef and, you know, pastry and shit like that. There, gravy powder and all of that." And he's like, "Yeah, I'll make you a special pie." And he made me a steak and mushroom pie, but I didn't know the mushrooms consisted of magic mushrooms.
Oh, they were the psilocybin variety.
So yeah, I'm sitting there eating this pie, and he's just like, just told me after I finished the plate. He's like, was that a good pie? And I'm like, yeah, man, best fucking pie I ever had in my life. And he's like, fucking better be. Those were some like fucking $100 magic mushrooms I put in there, and I was just like, fucking what? He's like, yeah, I put about $100 worth of magic mushrooms in that pie, and you just finished the whole thing. And I'm like, dude, damn, you should have fucking told me that before. I've never had this shit in my life, man.
Right, yeah, that could have been bad.
It was one of the best trips I ever had, though, dude. Like, I gotta admit, not even like a trip. It was just like everything was like fuzzy, kind of like colors were more vibrant than what they should have been. Like that.
Everything felt like a warm hug.
Yeah, bro.
Meanwhile, my stomach is on a roller coaster.
Yeah. Yeah, I threw up the next morning. That wasn't nice.
See, I only feel queasy while I'm while I'm going up. You know what I mean? While I'm peaking.
The worst vomit I've had was when I was on acid once, dude. I vomited.
What? I've never threw up on acid.
I drank as well. I was drinking that night, but I had it. It was a. You ever had trips to see tabs? Ecstasy, cross, what do you call it? Acid?
Nah.
Well, it was a trips to see, and I had like maybe 4 or 5 lines, which is about half the pill. And with drinking,
see, I've always done blotter paper.
With drinking, it fucking really does something to it. But yeah, I threw up, and I saw myself in the mirror. When I was throwing up a rainbow, dude, and I was just like, what the fuck, like. This is the weirdest shit I ever seen, like.
Your body expelling negative energy. No, I'm just kidding.
It's funny at the same time that night, because no one else really did any trips or anything like that. I bring up that incident to them, and they're just like, dude, you never threw up, you were just standing in the mirror making gagging sounds. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah, you were just dry heaving. You're like,
yeah.
I wasn't that in my own world. Stop fucking with me. Oh, I have had.
Because I remember, I swear I remember cleaning vomit up on the floor for like 10 minutes, and they're just like, nah, dude, we just let you wipe the floor up thinking you were like cleaning up your own spew. It's just like, really? Like I was tripping that bad on that shit?
Right. Like, damn. I mean, I knew that shit gets crazy, but fuck. The fuck, man. I wish I would have never started setting this thing up. Because now it's going to fight me. And I've already invested time in it, so I'm not going to give up on it.
What are you setting up?
My chroma key isn't working for my back. I got a background for my thing. But it's like I don't think it's the blue that they intended you to use. You know how like when you broadcast through the PlayStation camera, you can use chroma key to blend your background out or whatever, so it looks like you're just a floating head. Well, I got a background for it, but it's like a weird satin like material, and it's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, like a pastel blue versus like a deep navy or something. I think they want like a dark, like a royal blue. Because my chroma key, if light doesn't hit it hit the background a certain way, it doesn't register. It just looks like a blue sheet hanging on my wall. Can't have the world knowing how ghetto my life is. Gotta hide these trailer walls.
Are you setting up your PlayStation camera?
Yeah, I'm setting up my broadcast camera.
I don't have one of them. I don't intend on getting one either.
Oh, I was blessed with the mistake of my dad accidentally ordering a fucking PSVR. So I ended up with a PSVR for my birthday.
Oh yeah.
That's the reason it came with the PSVR and shit.
Oh, I'm back in 1 sec. Just go check something. Yeah, I had one of them old PlayStation Connect cameras. They don't work. PlayStation Move, whatever it is. The PS3 ones.
The PS4 ones ain't bad. They're just like I feel like people have bad experiences with them, but that's just because they don't take the time to set them up right. Because there's like a basic setup, but what you really gotta do is you gotta do a bunch of prep work, like actually where you mount everything and shit like that. And then there's actually deeper settings when you go into the setup than what they initial. Like there's like a pretty much like a fire it up and go basic setup that you can just like click through so you can start enjoying your new system. But it's worth taking the time to go in and do all the finite settings and shit. Because like you're supposed to use the camera to like measure the distance between your eyes and shit, and it. Because people complain that the PSVR headsets can be blurry, which they are if you don't have them set up. Because like where it references the screens, or like the depth perception will be off because you don't have the eye spacing correct. So your eyes aren't perceiving the images the way they need to get the right field of depth. So it's like a lot of like fine tuning, but if you take the time to fine tune it and get it set right, it's actually it's fucking badass. Would I recommend it? Not for the price. If you're gonna go VR, or just go PC, you know. Because at least with a PC VR set, like it's just like a PC itself, it's moddable. Hello? Hello? I didn't know if you were there or not. Hello?
I'm still there.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I thought I was talking to myself for a second. You're still at base? I'm getting ready to head out. Take the keys off. I fucking forgot the lane, you fucking blue. Alright.
So goddamn.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm about to hit up Twink. I think Twink's getting on. Might have a three-man crew get together. Shit, what party are we in? Are we in
Nah,
our private party, or are we in the group? We're in the group party?
No, you're one.
Okay. We might have to both switch over to the
Yeah, that's alright.
group, yeah.
Where did he spawn up though? Because he died yesterday.
Well, that's what we're going to figure out. That's why I was trying to convince him to stay on and at least figure out where he spawned in, but he's like, nah, I'm just getting off. I'm like, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, he should just fucking suck up the moment of misery and at least get back to base so when he gets on next it ain't miserable. Like, you're already miserable because you died. Take the misery all one shot and swaddle your way back to peace. I'd rather do that than be miserable, get off, and then be miserable again because I know I gotta find out where I'm at the next time I get on. Versus knowing when I get on next I'm already ready to go.
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, I'm hopping over. I'll see you over there.
Right. Did she just go to bed? How much longer are you thinking to stay on, bro? 'Cause I might head off for dinner and have some time with missus for a bit. My daughter just went to bed.
What time is it? I'll probably be on for a while. Like probably couple hours, maybe 3, 4.
Easy.